Chosen one, stop. I am not asking you to listen. I am warning you. Do not dare scroll past this message, because what I am about to expose was sealed in the courts of heaven until this exact second. You are standing at a dangerous intersection. The enemy has set a hidden trap. It is disguised as an opportunity, and he has been whispering dark lies into your mind while you try to find your true direction. He wants you to give up. He wants you to surrender now. Your breakthrough is very close, but you must stay until the very end, because I am going to hand you a powerful prophetic decree right now. This divine word will cancel every dark assignment. It will protect your destiny completely. You have walked into a war zone, and you cannot face this dangerous spiritual battle without your holy armor protecting your fragile spirit, because the unseen arrows are flying around you right now. Listen with your soul today. Your future depends on your obedience. Heaven dispatched this warning directly. You did not find this message by a random mistake, because the divine court has already issued a final verdict for your life. A massive spiritual shift is coming. It will happen very fast. It will manifest within 72 hours. You must lock your complete attention on my voice right now. Anchor your spirit to this truth. That quiet exhaustion is not normal. You feel it in your bones. It is the kind of heavy tiredness that a simple sleep can never fix, because your soul is operating under an immense spiritual weight. Stop dismissing this constant fatigue. You have spent weeks wondering why you feel so drained. The atmosphere around you feels incredibly cold. You feel entirely disconnected from the world. You want to isolate your soul. You want to hide away. You thought you were suffering from clinical depression or a deep mental illness because your mind cannot find any peace. You thought you were losing your stability. But I am here to reframe your reality today. Your pain has a deeper spiritual meaning. That heavy feeling is not anxiety. That is intense spiritual discernment. Your spirit is working overtime. You have been fighting massive battles in the unseen realm while protecting people who do not even know they are safe. Heaven brought you to this message for an exact reason. You are a Shammah. You are a holy watchman on the wall. And the dark forces are absolutely terrified of you. They see your bright light. They know who you are. They fear your sudden awakening. Your season of hidden preparation in the dark wilderness is officially closing right now, because heaven is about to activate your public elevation. The enemy cannot stop your glorious transformation. He cannot block your destiny. He can only hope that you sabotage yourself. He wants you to doubt your calling. The heavy delay is not a cruel punishment. The closed doors were not rejections. God manually cleared your room. He isolated your fragile soul to protect your inner architecture from toxic frequencies, because those low vibrations would destroy your sacred destiny completely. You have been carrying a massive burden for many years. You thought you were forgotten by heaven, but you were actually hidden for your own safety. The silence has been very long. You started to doubt the promises. You wept in the dark. You asked heaven if you made a terrible mistake during your journey because you could not see any light ahead. But heaven had a grand reason for this sudden separation. They were carrying lower vibrations. Your paths had to split. You must understand the immediate danger of their presence. You have been acting as a cycle breaker. You broke the generational chains. You absorbed their ancient trauma. You carried their heavy weights. They could not stand alone. And while you were busy healing everyone else around you, your own soul was left bleeding because nobody stopped to check on your pain. You extended grace to your enemies. They deserved your heavy anger. You gave them your love. You chose absolute peace when you had every single right to choose war, because you wanted to honor the divine light. Your gentleness was never a weakness. The world called you foolish. They thought you were easy to manipulate. But heaven watched your quiet restraint with great honor. I am naming this early because I do not want mystery for sale. I am not going to build suspense just to reveal a tool at the end. Let me be direct about what is coming, so you can decide to stay. The heavy mental fog you experience has a real solution. The Matrix uses constant noise to lock your brain in a survival signal, and this artificial stress blocks your inner antenna from receiving clear divine instructions every single day. But a physical tool exists to break this dark interference. Dr. Robert Lake discovered how to reset your frequency. The restoration protocol is called the Genius Song. It is a 7-minute digital audio track that uses advanced brain entrainment to reactivate your dormant gamma waves, because these holy frequencies were intentionally shut down during your childhood. Scientists at Princeton measured its profound neural effects. The verified link is waiting in the description. It is also in the pinned comment. Do not rush. Stay for the full message, because we must now expose exactly how the enemy attacks your financial abundance during this critical season of transition. Let us reframe your reality right now. You have been reading the signs backwards. The world taught you to judge everything by physical results. You see a closed door and you think you failed, but your financial stagnation only exists because heaven is actively blocking a counterfeit path that would destroy your future. But the truth honors truth. Your delay is not a sign of absence. It is the signature of your divine protection. The enemy wants you to focus on the lack. He wants you to believe that your life is moving in reverse. He is working overtime to make you feel like a forgotten casualty. You must understand the deep rules of spiritual warfare, because the intense opposition you face is always proportional to the magnitude of the divine assignment on your life. You are not ignored. You are hidden. Think about the heavy silence you have endured lately. It feels like a prison sentence. Your phone stopped ringing. Your old friends vanished completely. You thought you were isolated because you were too difficult to understand. But heaven says your isolation was actually your strategic insulation, and God manually cleared your entire room because he had to protect your sacred armor from toxic frequencies. Those people were draining your light. You were acting as an emotional sponge for them. They only knew how to take from your soul. And every single time you tried to lift them up, they dragged your frequency down into their toxic patterns because they were operating on a completely different dimension of darkness. Heaven saw your pain. The Father stepped in and shut the door. Your kindness was a weapon. This brings us to a profound truth written in ancient records. Look at Moses in the vast wilderness. He spent 40 years in the deep silence of the desert after being a glorious prince. He thought his assignment was completely dead. But that barren desert was not his graveyard, because it was the holy crucible where his inner architecture was slowly rebuilt to prepare his soul for the weight of glory. Remember, young David hiding in the dark caves. He spent years running for his life from a broken ruler named Saul. He slept on cold dirt while dreaming of a crown that felt completely fictional. He did not know that the caves were shaping his warrior spirit, and every single cavern became a necessary classroom that prepared his soul for ultimate elevation. You are in your cave right now. Do not despise the shadows around you, because the darkness is not destroying your future. There is a precise sequence to this divine restoration. Science has now confirmed what the spiritual realm has known for thousands of years about the master frequency hidden inside the human brain. Your brain was designed to process these deep revelations perfectly. When you were a child, your gamma waves were burning bright. Everything felt beautiful and magical. You had an unshakable connection to your intuition. Scientists call this natural gift the master frequency, but the rigid systems of this matrix slowly turned it off through a biological hibernation called the decline effect. This neural alteration begins around the age of 7 because of survival stress. Dr. Robert Lake spent 34 years mapping this biological tragedy. He found that the human soul cannot function properly when the brain is locked in a hyperactive beta state. His total body of work covers far more than a single audio solution, because he spent decades mapping the complete multidimensional architecture of spiritual restoration. Your system was forced into a heavy cycle of chronic exhaustion. His system includes deep alignments like destiny's embrace to seal your purpose, but he always emphasized that you must stabilize your initial frequency first. You cannot build a castle on shifting sand. For now, your focus must remain on the first open door, because the subsequent phases will only reveal themselves naturally when your nervous system is fully calibrated to handle the power. Trust the timing of heaven. You have been trying to force results through physical effort. You work harder and you sleep less. You push your body to the limit, but you are fighting a spiritual battle with material weapons. The world told you that more hustle would break the stagnation, but heaven says that alignment must come before acceleration, because obedience is always greater than raw human sacrifice. You must learn to be still. Your silence is a lethal weapon. Every single time you refuse to defend yourself against their lies, you automatically left the battle in the hands of the Most High, while the angels protected your spirit. The enemy expected you to break. They wanted you to react from personal shame. You chose to walk away with your head held high. Your quiet restraint caused panic in the dark camps. They fear what you carry inside your bones. They know that when a chosen one finally wakes up to their true identity, the generational curses of an entire family line are permanently shattered, because the darkness loses its legal right to torment your bloodline. You are the cycle breaker that heaven has been waiting for. The heavy pressure you feel right now is the sign that your ancestral chains are breaking. Let us step directly into the deepest chamber of truth. We must face the final warning that heaven sent to your screen today. You have been waiting for an external sign to change your life. You look at the sky for a grand miracle. But this is the final alert, because no other sign will follow this one. And the reason your breakthrough has been frozen in time is not because the enemy is too strong for your spiritual weapons. You are blocking yourself. You have a hidden agreement with your own limitation. You do not realize you signed this contract in the dark. It is a secret covenant born from your childhood trauma. You learn to stay small to keep others comfortable around your light. And every single time a major opportunity approaches your path, you automatically pull back into the shadows because you are secretly terrified of your own divine magnitude. Remember the heavy pressure in your chest that we discussed earlier. You thought a negative spirit was crushing your lungs. You thought you were under a constant medical attack. But heaven wants you to hear the real explanation right now. That pressure was never a demonic arrow trying to destroy your physical life. It was the absolute weight of your own spiritual mantle descending upon your soul. You are not under attack. You are under an anointed pressure. Your soul is resisting the vast call of destiny. You have spent years playing the role of a helpless victim. You blamed the toxic people who betrayed your trust. You blamed the broken economy for your constant financial stagnation. But the truest enemy is the small voice inside your mind that tells you that you are an exception to the miracle. You believe that God heals everyone else but forgets your address. You celebrate their grand testimonies while weeping in your dark room. This is your hidden blocker. It is the silent fortress of the imposter syndrome. You feel like a complete fraud when people praise your spiritual strength. And because you do not feel worthy of the blessing, you unconsciously reject the very abundance that heaven pours out. Let me pierce your soul with absolute precision right now. You are not a regular human being living a difficult life. You are a majestic celestial warrior operating deep inside enemy territory. You forgot your original name. You lost the memory of your cosmic inheritance. And the dark forces work overtime to keep you in this state of divine amnesia because they know your full awakening means their total destruction. They do not care about your physical body. They fear your inner architecture. They tremble when you open your mouth to pray. Your single whisper can shift the spiritual atmosphere of an entire city. But you choose to sit in the ashes of your past mistakes. You repeat the painful stories of your old heartbreaks. You have made a home out of your wilderness, and you have stayed in the waiting room for too long. Heaven is issuing a final decree of eviction today. You are being forced out of your comfortable sorrow. The wilderness season is officially over. God did not bring you through the raging fires just to let you burn in the desert. He was stripping away the false identity you wore for survival. He had to break your codependent relationships because you were trying to save people who were designed to drown. You cannot carry their dead weight into your next dimension. You must release their souls completely. Let the dead bury their own dead. Your only assignment right now is to stand up and walk through the open door. But you are standing at the threshold arguing with the Almighty. You complain about your lack of resources. You tell him that you are too broken to lead a generation. Listen to the voice of the Father right now. He says you are not following his plan. You are his plan. He did not create a massive blueprint first and then create your soul to fit inside it. He created your beautiful spirit first, and then the entire plan formed around your specific gifts. You are the structural anchor of light for this dark era. Your existence was mapped before the universe began. Stop apologizing for your vast power. Stop shrinking your majestic soul to make small minds feel comfortable. The time for hiding is officially over. You cannot wait for a better moment because the clock of heaven has hit midnight. This is your moment of absolute confrontation. You must choose between your familiar pain or your unfamiliar power. The enemy wants you to delay this critical choice. He whispers that you can think about it tomorrow. He wants you to scroll away and forget this intense conviction. If you listen to his voice, you are choosing to stay in the prison of your own mind for another decade. The sifting process has ended. The final sign has arrived on your screen. You have all the evidence you ever prayed for. Your soul recognizes the truth of these words. Remember earlier when I mentioned a mechanical tool to break this fog? Now it is time to walk through exactly what it does. You cannot fight structural neurological damage with pure willpower alone. Dr. Robert Lake spent 34 years mapping this neural baseline. His research at Princeton confirmed that your original divine frequency is sleeping. The solution is called the Genius Song. It is a simple 7-minute digital audio track. You must use stereo headphones to listen properly. This requirement ensures the precise delivery of binaural frequencies to both hemispheres of your brain. Sit upright in a quiet room every morning when your natural cortisol levels are high. Do not work or read during this session. Just allow your mind to absorb the frequency completely. I know that $39 is a significant decision for your household right now. I would never disrespect your financial situation during this heavy season. But let us analyze the actual cost of your alternatives. You could pay $15 every month for generic apps that never target your gamma waves. A single therapy session costs $150. A spiritual retreat costs $800. None of these options address the real biological root of the decline effect. Dr. Lake wanted to make this technology universally accessible for the remnant. This is why Phase 1 is priced differently from future dimensions. There is no quality hierarchy. This is about completing the structural sequence your soul needs. The original cost of this specific track is $49, but you receive a unique digital access door today for just $39. This is a one-time investment with no monthly fees. Dr. Lake is also giving you 4 bonuses worth $80 completely free. This sequence prevents the neurological plateau effect that often happens around month 3 when gains stabilize. You get the Genius Child audio track worth $19 to protect your children. You receive the classic book worth $20. Get the guided visualization journey worth $29. And you receive the 5-habit infographic worth $12. Your financial risk is completely zero because of a sacred 90-day keep the bonus guarantee. If you do not experience a dramatic shift, you can send an email for a full refund. You even keep all 4 bonuses worth $80. Stop your mind from wandering now. Place your hand over your chest. Take a deep breath. This choice is not a financial transaction. This is an identity decision about who you truly believe you are. Every single day your gamma waves remain dormant is another day you live below your potential. You continue to make critical choices through a cloud of heavy mental confusion. You continue to absorb the toxic low vibrations of your stressful environment. Your future self is looking back at this specific second. A minor delay right now means another decade of familiar stagnation. Please listen to this urgent warning before you search online. A massive army of imitation sites exists on third-party marketplaces. They sell empty audio files with no real brain entrainment technology. Do not look for this protocol on Amazon. The verified source is the link left in the description. It is also placed in exactly 3 positions within the first pinned comment. The address is written out completely as chosenfrequency.com. The first link activates your initial frequency restoration. The middle link provides the solution for hidden blocks. The final link locks in your guarantee. When you complete your order, the next page may look like another offer. It is simply the second door that Dr. Lake created for your complete journey. You have a few seconds to evaluate it on its own merit. Either choice is fully respected by this ministry. There is no pressure, because your intuition will guide your soul. When the next phase reveals itself today, you will automatically recognize the vocabulary. The sacred invitation will feel incredibly precise to your spirit. Trust that deep recognition when it happens. For this exact moment, your assignment is to secure phase 1. Do not enter tomorrow, carrying the heavy frequency of your yesterday. Let us close this sacred encounter with a seal of absolute power. Go to your quiet room and close the door. Silence the noisy distractions of this artificial world right now. Place your right hand over your heart as a physical sign of alignment. Repeat these words in your soul with absolute authority. I declare that my season of heavy isolation is officially over. I break every generational curse of poverty and delay that torments my family bloodline. I cancel every dark assignment launched against my financial abundance this week. I release the false identity of the helpless victim right now. I awaken the warrior. I am the structural plan of God operating with power. I command every closed door of financial stagnation to open immediately. I bind every energy vampire trying to steal my anointed frequency. I lock my mind into the master frequency of heaven today. Type Amen in the comment section below to seal this prophetic declaration into your reality forever. Like this video right now to send a powerful signal to the algorithm. We must reach every single remnant fighting in the silence. Subscribe to this channel immediately so you do not miss your next prophetic instruction. Heaven is not done speaking to your soul. Walk through the open door below. I bless your holy journey.